A wait is over. I'm not even kidding. India has waited for this particular trade deal for 21 years. Can you imagine that? Yes, the first time this deal was actually introduced was in 2004, and we are here in almost like 2026. In between, the deal got off and everything. So, in total, if you see it in that manner, it is almost so long. It took so long for PM Narendra Modi to actually crack it. He has been trying and trying so hard for this entire deal, and today, by the end, or should I say, by the start of this one new year in 2026, in January, we suddenly get to know that the mother of all deal is coming. Now, you must be wondering, by its name, it would be very huge. Well, yes, it is one of the biggest and hugest. I know it's not a word, but still going to use it. It's one of the huge deal for India. Yes, I'm not even joking. So let's talk about what is there in this entire deal and how it is going to affect and generate India's economy to the world class level. Well, before that, hello everyone. This is Shivachitranshi and you are watching Global Shark right now. So, what is mother of all deal? So basically, mother of all deal is where India and Europe are going to sign a trade deal, and over here there's going to be no tariff included, while both of the countries going to do the exchange of trade and everything like that. And this is the way we are also going to slam Donald Trump like anything. Donald Trump was that one person who was among the first few members who actually imposed 25% of tariff on us at the initials, and then later he did 25% more. So in total we are on 50% tariff from United States. Because of that, we were having so many problems. Our pharmaceutical, garments and so many other products were actually not getting and space in the US market. But now India found another option. India went to Central Asia, starting from Afghanistan to other countries, Russia, China, then Middle East like Ethiopia, Oman and Jordan, and now we have been traveling to Europe. Let me tell you, before this deal got into introduction or something like that, into execution, we have already signed FTA, free trade agreement, with three of the Europe's most richest country. First one is none other than New Zealand. Oh my God, the public out there, the government out there was so pleased to buy Indian products, Indian heirlooms, Indian jewelry, Indian the garments, and India's pharmaceutical products. And they were so fascinated because of that. Now, on the other hand, we were having Germany. You know, we love how much we love Audi, BMW, then Skoda and everything. So Germany actually got this whole opportunity, and recently, some days before, Germany's vice chancellor came to India and they signed a deal. And in this entire deal, Germany's vice chancellor was the first one who said that let's just now not waste time and come up with free trade agreement. And that was something where PM Modi was almost shocked. Oh my God, look at this, Germany and Germans are coming up to India and saying that let's do the free trade deal, and we don't have to emphasize this. That is what a bigger market India is producing right now. Now you must be thinking, what is this change? How is India so wanted? Well, I'll tell you, India is the second largest populous country in the entire world. Whereas China is not at all democratic. China is not somebody who wants to import a lot of products. Whereas European unions want somebody who is democratic enough, somebody who is loyal enough, and somebody who has a big capital market. And that is what we have been forming since so long. That is what India is known for, the credibility and everything. Now I was talking about German cars and everything. You see out there in India, so many people are driving crazy and actually goes nuts for Skoda, BMW and Audi. We have a huge market out here. But India almost cost around 50 to 100% tariff on these German cars. So Germany has said that if we come into this whole negotiation, at least that tariff will be reduced. And now, since we have a big market out here, people can buy such German edition cars and everything like that, and we wouldn't be imposed with tariff as well. So if tariff wouldn't be imposed on this entire cars and everything like that, even Skoda, BMW and Audi is going to be reduced in their amount. I mean, it would be reduced around 10 to 15% if the tariff is not imposed on these cars. So it is a very good news. If you want to go and buy the Audi and Skoda, wait for a little more time to get it more cheaper on this rate. Now, moving forward, how suddenly European Union's president Ursula was so much into desperation that, oh my god, we want to have a deal with India. So basically it all happened when UK's prime minister had a deal. Now UK is one of the richest and the biggest country of entire Europe. UK is somebody who holds and possess much more, I think 40% of the entire European Union power. So they thought if they're going to get a deal with India, India will be almost, and their entire market will almost be captured by UK. So they thought, why only UK should have the fun and should have the sale of all of this? Now we also want it. So European Union rushed to the entire thing and they grabbed India's whole market. Now, so basically, now which are the kind of products which will be sold from India to Europe, and now what are the products which Europe will sell to India? I'm going to list that to you. So basically, first I'm telling you, India's whole USP has been pharmaceutical, garments, jewelry, agriculture products, and raw materials. Now, Europe's entire USP has been medical equipments, technology, gadgets, and some wines and champagnes and so many other things. So basically, that these are the kind of products which we want from Europe. Now, India is going to export all of this, but Europe is also going to export all of this. But there's a problem in this entire thing. The problem was that European Union was unable to do the deal with India because of so many reasons. Yeah, you must not be thinking of this one thing, that if this deal is so profitable enough, why didn't you India do it at the first initial point of time? Why India took so much time? It's only because India was waiting for the right moment, because European Union was not saying yes to India. So basically, European Union is that one continent, or should I say whatsoever, an organization, and those 27 countries are too much loyal and too much systematic that they put everything on paper. And in India, labor laws, and we have so much corruption rate going upside and down. So for all of this, India wasn't ready to put everything on paper. See, India's agriculture and dairy market has not been ever open for any such country, because out here we have farmers who are poor in nature, and also not just that, they are not that much literate also. So India was really scared of the fact that if such privatization would hit them, it would hit them really hard, and these companies are going to take all the money of them, and they would be left in poverty, and also doing all the kind of hard works which was required, but with no profit as such. That is why Europe was having always a problem, that you're not opening your market, you are not putting everything on papers, you're not getting corruption free, carbon less, and all of that. But India has now taken the risk. India has said that, okay, we're going to make our market systematic enough. We're going to make new labor laws. And now, not just that, we are going to open our market for you, but not agriculture and dairy, of course. But if those European companies are going to come and establish in India, it's going to be a massive deal for India. I'll tell you how. So basically, Europe's whole entities and companies would be having a much more of a bigger cost than Indian companies, right? So if a guard in your office, which is of Indian office, is getting around 20K for a month. Now, if he'll be working in some European company, he would be getting around 40K in the month. So, like this, India's whole company and private companies would get much more of a load, and then in the competition, they would also, increase their prices and everything like that. This and on the other hand, we would be more on paper. Systematic things would get much more into league, and because of that, corruption rate will be lowered in India. That is the profit which you are going to get out of all these deals. And not just that, in terms of technology and high gadgets and so many other things, if India gets all of these recipe from Europe, then we would be able to cook a new India entirely, who has the asset of manufacturing and everything like that. See, basically we have Apple's manufacturing factory out here, we have electric vehicles factory out here, so we have a lot of scope. The market is growing and growing, and now that we have become a 4 trillion economy, and we have been buying oil, and now we have been selling the same diesel to Europe also, but due to Trump's whole tariff thing, we wouldn't be able to do it for longer period of time. So now India has become a great market, and this mother of all deal is going to be a great deal for India. And right now in Southeast Asia, none of the countries have cracked all of this like that. So basically, we are going to become the first one among the all, and we are going to make the history out of it. It is going to be so much beneficial, and Donald Trump would be thrashed down down like anything. Since Europe is such a big market, and if 45 crore people, those are living out there in the entire European Union countries, if those people will be exposed to Indian products and market, then it's going to be a big profit bank for India. Not just that, Europe is also filled with expensive and what should I say, rich people and rich buyers and rich businessmen. So in that case, India would be able to sell something which they were forced to sell it on 10 rupees. Now they can sell it on 50 without any clause or any kind of hesitation. So India is going to change, the world economy is going to change, and let's see what happens. But we are very pleased to listen this entire thing that mother of all deal has finally been given to India. That's all for today. If you like such geopolitical scoop, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe Global Shark. Thank you so much for watching us.